At the start of today's stage, all eyes were on Sebastian Loeb. He had a 13-minute gap to try and close if he wanted to stop Carlos Sainz from winning the Dakar tomorrow. We will try to do something good, hopefully avoid problems and punctures, and we will see what happens. Loeb started the stage on a mission. It was all or nothing now. The route from Alula to Yambu provided a stunning backdrop, but the rocks and stones would prove to be a challenge for many. In a canyon, the ProDrive parked up. Yet another puncture for the BRX pair? In fact, it was something much more serious. Fabien Lequin made a call on the satellite phone. There's not much to say. There was a trial part in first gear and we went over a summit, except when you're on the summit you can't see. There was probably a rock behind, we hit the front wheel and it bent everything. So it's over. One part is bent and we don't have a spare, and I don't think there are any ProDrives behind, so no one will have that part, so it'll have to be the truck. We knew it wouldn't be easy with the fact that there are 3 Audis that can help each other, but that's the way it is. Loeb was helpless as Carlos Sainz drove past him in his Audi. Sainz started 10 minutes behind Loeb, so would have known that at this moment his lead was increasing to at least 23 minutes. But with no Team Dakar radio, the Spaniard wouldn't have known how long Loeb was going to be stranded for. Loeb soon had some company though. The second Audi of Matthias Ekstrom arrived in the same canyon and came to a stop. Fortunately for him and Emil Bergqvist, it was just a front right puncture on this occasion. Loeb came over for a chat, but Ekstrom didn't really have time for a chinwag. Tyre changed, Ekstrom was off and on his way. Loeb still stranded. He did get assistance in the end, from the sister ProDrive Hunter, from the Young Chang team. The number 254 entry of Young Gang Zi stopping to lend assistance.
Yes. Thank you very much. Super.
The quartet got the car fixed and Loeb was back on his way. But he lost an hour and 15 minutes. From fighting for the win, he'd now dropped a third and was under pressure from behind. And that promoted the Toyota Gazoo Hilux of Lucas Moraes up into second position. But it wasn't to last for the Brazilian. He stopped towards the end of the stage and saw his podium chances disappear.
We just broke the upper arm. I've never seen this before in this car, to be honest. We were just cruising because we knew Loeb was behind. It's really hard to understand, really hard to believe.
Moraes drops to 9th overall. The problems for Loeb and Moraes were looking like promoting Matteo Serradori into the top 5. But 252 kilometers in, he damaged a wheel and lost over an hour. He had to be dragged to the end of the stage, knocking him out of contention. He's still inside the top 10, but hopes of a top 5 in his two-wheel drive century are over. Guillaume de Mévius was running 4th overall at the start of today's penultimate stage. But the dramas for Loeb and Moraes mean the Belgian is up to 2nd going into the final day. Despite a puncture today, he's now 9 minutes clear of Sebastian Loeb with just one stage to go. After failing to finish on his debut in the Ultimates last year, he's looking set for a very strong result in 2024. You always dream of a good result, you always want that and believe in that. I believed, so it's a nice surprise. I'm happy to be here and it feels great. Opening the stage after winning yesterday was Gerlin Chichery. Remarkably, he managed back-to-back stage wins, which was an incredibly impressive achievement. 19th after stage 5, the overdrive racing Toyota man is up to 4th overall, just 6 minutes behind Loeb in 3rd. Could a podium be on the cards? It was a remarkable stage that flipped the overall order, with Chichery taking another win, a best ever result for Saoud Variara in 5th, and Nani Roma coming home in 9th. Carlos Sainz knew Loeb was in trouble, having driven past him earlier in the stage, but he was still on a charge. He led almost the whole way, although he dropped to 3rd in the final 100 kilometers. Even so, that's still enough to give him a 1 hour 27 minute lead going into the last stage tomorrow. Surely, an Audi victory is finally on its way. So a 1 hour 27 minute lead for Sainz with just 175 kilometers to go. 15 minutes separate de Mévius, Loeb and Chichery in the fight for 2nd. Moraes is 9th, Serradori 10th. Stefan Petterhansel finished the stage 18th, but this year the Audi man celebrates 20 years since his first Dakar win in a car.